Today on The Flush, it's Dakotas, dogs, and duds.
How'd that keep flying? Rooster! Hen! Rooster!
Three amigos tackle North and South Dakota ringnecks and celebrate one last hunt.
The Flush, presented by Federal Premium Ammunition and Pheasants Forever.
The old saying goes, every dog has its day, or something like that.
Becker, you excited there?
Meet Becker, Haley, Izzy, and Gus. 4 hunting dogs at different stages of their lives.
All right, let's get a pheasant up. Come, Becker. Come.
The dogs belong to Steve, Brad, and me. 3 longtime hunting buddies who make it a point to walk the Dakota prairies every fall together.
Hen! Here.
I started hunting with Steve and Scott in college. We became friends freshman year, and soon after that, within probably the next year, started hunting together.
It was in college, almost right away. It was a common thread that brought us together, and the outdoors interest made it easy to be friends.
Wasn't the free beer?
Well, some of that too.
The roots of this friendship run deep, as does the love for our other hunting buddies.
In some respects, you might be able to say that this trip's kind of gone to the dogs. We have one hunting dog who's 13, another one who's 12, that we're pretty sure this is going to be their last hunt before they just maybe lay around the fireplace for next fall. We've got one dog who's about 4 months old, and this is his first hunt. So he's all about walking around, chasing the other dogs and seeing what he can find.
Brad hopes to get Becker, a 4.5-month-old wired-haired Pointy Griffon, on his first birds. What Becker lacks in experience, he makes up in pure exuberance and energy.
First hunting trip ever. Well, it's funny, with a puppy, at first you just see them, they're running around just kind of having fun, enjoying chasing the bigger dogs and all that. And all of a sudden you can start to see things click in their minds when they first smell a pheasant. Good boy. He was right there, wasn't he?
We hunt a piece of public land just outside of Aberdeen, South Dakota. Every hunting season, this town of 25,000 people bleeds blaze orange and puts out the welcome mat.
One of the really cool things in Aberdeen is self-guided hunts. A hunter can have access to private land with permission and then guide themselves. Today we're going to do that.
Well, sort of. Local Casey Wisemantle volunteered to help us find a few of the honey spots.
I love to see the dogs work. I could care less if I fire a shot. I just love to get out there and watch the dogs work.
More often than not, you meet people of kindred spirits. And Casey Wisemantle is a kindred spirit. It's the first time we had ever hunted together, and it was like we had been hunting together for years. And he laughed at my jokes, which makes Casey a good guy. One go in on it and one go in on this side of the trees, okay?
Sometimes things just happen to work out right.
Up, Deborah.
In these moments, these small snapshots of time,
Good boy.
we make memories. Exactly what keeps us coming back.
Gus isn't as fast as he used to be. Oh yeah. Now he's like an old athlete, and I know how he feels. Just the normal things he normally does are hard for him. So that's why this is a special hunt.
By day's end, our to-do list is complete. Excited hunters? Check.
There go 2.
Dogs on point? Check.
Oh, it's a cripple. Get it, Izzy, get it. Get it, Iz. Get it, Iz. Get it. Good girl. Good
Wow,
girl.
that's cool.
Good girl. Good girl.
Bird down? Oh yeah.
I mean, you look at right now, you know, the sun's dropping. It feels like you have the whole prairie to yourself. Lots of great memories with the dogs, being out in the open air and the open space, and you know, a lot of great memories with great friends.
The Flush, brought to you by Federal Premium Ammunition. Every shot counts. Benelli. And Purina Pro Plan.
Pheasants are fast, tough birds, so we combined our most proven technologies to create Prairie Storm. 30% flight stopper pellets, 70% premium shot, and the flight control wad with its exclusive rear braking design. Combined, the load puts more than 75% of its pellets in a 30-inch circle at 40 yards for dense, deadly patterns. Because the only thing better than hearing a cackle is making it stop. Prairie Storm from Federal Premium Ammunition.
Behind every great shotgun, innovation. Something that makes us redefine perfection. A shotgun not built on past inspiration, but on imagination. A shotgun that feels and shoots like a Benelli from the moment you pick it up to the moment you break it open. The tradition of redefining shotguns continues. Benelli's 828U. Simply perfect.
If your dog can dream it, Purina Pro Plan can help him achieve it. Purina Pro Plan's bioavailable formulas deliver optimal nutrient absorption. Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs.
It's the real thing. Real hunting. Real accommodations. Your lodge, your kitchen. It's what's made South Dakota famous. High Plains pheasant hunting the real way. Thousands of acres. Lots of habitat. Plenty of ringnecks, wild and released. Come see for yourself. High Plains pheasant hunting. It's the real thing.
Once you experience fall on the Dakota Prairie, it's not difficult to understand why hunters keep coming back. My longtime hunting buddies, Steve Warner and Brad Hamilton, have made this trek for 20 plus years straight.
There's nothing like being on the prairie in the fall. When you see the sunsets and the sunrises and can look for miles upon miles at countryside, it is a trip that we all cherish. Even if we're not even getting birds, it doesn't matter anymore. We're out there, we're with our buddies, we're with our dogs, and we're in a setting that we think about all year. It's, you know, it's ideal.
With the big vistas and the scenery, I love watching the big groups of ducks and geese in the fall as they swirl around. Even if you're not hunting them, it's just fun to see. And then, with pheasants and other wildlife and watching the dogs work, it's just a great way to spend a day.
The South Dakota town of Aberdeen opens up its arms and makes hunters feel welcome,
Rooster!
so to speak. Today's hunt, well, let's just say we're really feeling the love.
What a great place to go hunting. I was so impressed with the amount of public land available, the walk-in land, and then even the private land that hunters have access to.
Hunt 'em up, Midgie, hunt 'em up.
Dave Usselman runs Half Cock Lodge, a popular hunting operation about 15 minutes west of Aberdeen. Let's just say he puts the happy in happy hunter.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Rooster! Rooster!
Got a point.
There we go.
Rooster!
We send people home with a smile on their face.
And the habitat and the birds he had, it was second to none.
Rooster! Wow, that was a hell of a shot, huh?
So at Half Cock, it's bird up, bang, bird up, bang, bird up, bang.
This is all that works.
On a day when you might say there was a slight breeze, you might not expect this type of action. But these roosters were more than willing to oblige.
And some of the shots that we saw from the posters, the pushers, and the retrieves the dogs are making were unbelievable.
Rooster! 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 Hen!
Oh, look at that right behind you.
Corn, grass, or shelter belts, this property is just loaded with ringnecks. Gun barrels heat up. I'm gonna start selling shells for premium. Hey, spoiler alert, the flushes just keep coming.
Rooster! Oh yeah, it's right here. Good shot, Doug. That's the joy for us, is to provide a good hunt for everybody else. We've had guys that'll say, these old guys have been talking about coming up to South Dakota for years, and we never understood the big thing because we have pheasants in Texas. And he says, until I come up here. He said, now I understand.
And so do we. It's the lure of South Dakota roosters.
Rooster!
Up, 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 up. Whoa, there's another one.
Rooster! Still a rooster. And my joy is watching everybody else get theirs.
We're glad you're happy, Dave, because when you're happy, well, the rest of us are pretty much ecstatic. Thanks for a truly memorable day. Now, I only hope Brad and Steve will clean my birds.
The Flush, brought to you by Carlson's Choke Tubes, Polaris, Orvis, the official hunting and gear outfitter of The Flush, and by Yeti Coolers.
With all the preparation that goes into the hunt, the patterning of the shotgun, choosing the proper load with your choke, it pays to have the right equipment. Equipment that doesn't fail. Equipment as tough as you are. Corrosion-resistant stainless steel and proudly made in America. Make every shot count with Carlson's Choke Tubes, the shooter's choice.
Razor, Ranger, Sportsman, Ace. If you live for the outdoors, there's a Polaris to match your passion. Looking for a machine that works, hunts, and plays just as hard as you do? That's Ranger. Go ahead, tackle the toughest jobs, haul the biggest crews, bring home the best value. Ranger gives you the versatility to do it all. Polaris, the world leader in off-road innovation.
The world leader in off-road innovation.
There's no espresso machine, no smiling barista, just you and an axe. You're welcome to a hot cup of comfort, but you gotta serve yourself.
Now we start the second leg of our doggone road trip. We point the trucks north to Oaks, North Dakota, a town the three of us know well. Here, we meet up with 4 more friends to hunt some of our favorite spots that hold a lot of memories, and usually a few pheasants to boot.
This area of North Dakota has become very special to Brad, Steve, and I. We've hunted up there in the Oaks area for 20 years with many different hunting dogs.
Oaks offers hunters options, pheasants and ducks.
We love the Oaks area because you can do both.
You know, hunting with people you know well is just a lot of fun because you're constantly making new memories and then rehashing old memories. And amongst us and the other guys we hunt with, a lot of the stories and the banter, that's half the fun.
You ready? Are you ready now?
I'm ready now.
You ready now?
Everybody?
All right. We're tracking our way to the pheasant. Yeah, they've been here. They've been here.
10 minutes ago?
10 minutes ago, they were here. When we get together on trips like this, it's like we're back as a freshman in college. The same jokes, some new ones, but the same laughs. We get it all going again. It's like we've never missed a beat with each other in the whole year, or let alone 30 years.
On a cold November morning, we set out to hunt ducks and geese.
Well, we're setting up some decoys. We had a little trauma this morning, out late. So we're gonna try and shoot some ducks this morning. Better late than never.
It doesn't take long before things get interesting. Then, I guess you could say there is a lull in the action.
We set up our decoy spread about half a mile to the east, but all the ducks want to be over here. So we picked everything up. We're going to set out a few decoys over here, see if we can get them to decoy here. And if that doesn't work, we're going to go pheasant hunting.
Even though the shooting has been sparse, one team member soaks in the day and makes sure nothing sneaks into our decoys.
Gus is a 12-year-old yellow lab, and Izzy is his daughter. Gus is one of these dogs that you're going to compare all your other dogs to. Give me a second. Even though you're kind of a knothead now, he has fun, whether he's on a walk, whether he's hunting, in the boat, he just enjoys everything.
Well, Gus. Gus is the most complete dog we've had in our group, in my opinion. I don't think there's much debate there. If you watched him when waterfowl hunting, the way he watched the birds fly in circle, that was entertainment itself. He was always dialed in before us many times.
On this morning, we leave the field with no birds in the bag. But is that really the point? I watch the North Dakota prairie wake up alongside my best friends. And in my world, that's good enough for me.
Great hunting stories start with great upland habitat. We want you to join Pheasants Forever and help us create more habitat for wild birds. Join today at this special web address, pheasantsforever.org/rooster. When you do, you'll get a year's subscription to Pheasants Forever's Journal of Upland Conservation, and you'll get Pheasants Forever's coolest hat of the year. Remember, Pheasants Forever. That truly is our goal.
Sometimes even the best laid plans, well, you know the rest. We're in Oaks, North Dakota. We're just leaving our morning duck hunt. The ducks won this morning. Kind of a rough start to the day, so we're gonna go back and regroup, and then we're gonna go out this afternoon and chase some pheasants around. Sometimes the path a dog takes to become a hunting companion can be anything but typical.
Come on, Hale.
Right, Steve? Meet Haley, Steve's unconventional but highly effective golden retriever.
Haley's 13. She's a good story. She was a rescue dog, really designed as a family pet, and she is all of that, but we thought maybe she could join the group with hunting dogs, and she did that, and lo and behold, she loves to pheasant hunt. Yeah, I mean, it's been a rough fall for Haley. She was not well as of 2 weeks ago, and she's on the downward trend. This might be her last hunt, or at least year hunting. So, that gets to kind of tug at your heartstrings.
The first walk of the afternoon ends in similar fashion to the morning's duck hunt.
To have an evening and a morning with no roosters cackling, not a one.
Well, not even get a hen up either.
Even Ben, our cameraman, begins to question our hunting prowess.
Scott, what's going on, man?
We don't know what's going on. There's no pheasants anywhere on this map. So here's the deal. We just hunted this piece of plots land right here, and it sucked. So we're gonna try another spot, see if we can get a couple pheasants. If we don't, we're going to the bar. When Gus was young, he would basically go from one end to the other, work the whole group. Now he just kind of walks.
So our quest continues to relive the glory days.
Oh, there goes a rooster right there. Well, might as well just keep walking.
Okay, cameraman Ben, what do you think of us now?
You saw some pheasants, Ben. How about that? That rooster wants to run right out of there.
Yeah, I think you're right.
As the day winds down, we have time for one final walk.
This is a special spot for all of us. We've hunted in this particular spot probably, 15, 20 years now. And Brad lost his dog, Pete, 4-year-old pointing Griffon last year, to a disease. And so he has his ashes here. And so we're gonna do a sunset walk here, try and get a couple pheasants, and we're gonna spread his ashes, and maybe toast him with a beer.
With tired legs, we take to the grass looking to break the day's shutout.
Oh, there goes one.
There goes one.
Hand. Here. Rooster! Down. Girl. Good girl.
For Brad, this single bird, this moment means the world. Right here, right now.
These are the ashes of my dog, Pete. He died about 10 months ago. He's only about 4.5 years old. And we've had some great hunts up here in North Dakota with these guys, some great friends for a lot of years. And so it just seems fitting to spread your dog's ashes in a spot where he'd be happy for the rest of eternity, I guess. For the record, we always have a beer to celebrate these events just as well. Well, it looks like a good spot for Pete to spend the rest of his days, so let's have a beer.
Cheers. Here's to Pete.
A lot of great hunts.
Here's to Pete.
It's one of my favorite spots to hunt, just period. A lot of great memories there. And, you know, with the 7 of us that were there, we've all hunted together off and on for a lot of years. And we've all seen our dogs as puppies and seen our dogs age. You know, to be there with a great group of friends and a spot that's special. Can't even get choked up thinking about it, but it's just the right spot to put my dog to bed for good.
Perhaps poet Gene Hill said it best. He's just my dog. He's my other eyes that can see above the clouds, my other ears that hear above the winds. He's just my dog.